doing something a little bit different, obviously. Usually I start off showing something and telling you what I'm going to make from it. But instead today I decided I'd change it up a little bit and show you something that I made quite some time ago, and just give you a little bit of a background on it. Plus I thought it's pretty cool, so I thought you might want to see it. And it's this Halberd right here. Made this about maybe 3.5 years ago. Didn't really forge it, but I did weld it all together. I made this when I was just getting into blacksmithing and bladesmithing, when I was interested in it. Wasn't necessarily into it yet. Didn't have the proper stuff to do it. But yeah, probably at that time the Halberd was probably my favorite blade or weapon of medieval history. I thought it was always just so cool. It looked so menacing with that spike on it, and the double-sided axe blade. It was super cool, and I always wanted to make one. So when the time came, I did, and it was super fun. When I first made it, it was just a pipe, metal pipe. That's what the handle is. It's stupid heavy, but it was a metal pipe that went up into the axe head, and it folded over. Like I split the top of the pipe, and I allowed for the sides to come down right here, and to give it some stability so the axe head isn't going anywhere and whatnot. But it was just that. It was a rusty axe head, rusty pipe. That's all it was. Simple as that. It was just a cool thing that I made. And I didn't have a really good welder at the time, so it was just put on there with little bitty weld. And you know, I broke it a few times too and whatnot, but I fixed it. And later on, I found this spike that was on a jig that wasn't really needed anymore, so proceeded to cut the spike off, and thought it'd be a great addition to actually officially make this a Halberd. And I welded that on there, and that's been broken a few times. So as you can see, it's not the prettiest thing, but it's not going anywhere. I put a lot of beads right there, probably 6013s, but anyway, I put a lot of beads right there, and then the cap at the end of the handle is a long bolt. I do not know what this bolt comes from, but this bolt is actually a lot longer than what you can see. It actually goes like from the end of the handle to about right here. It's much longer, and it's so unnecessary, but for some reason I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. But I put that in there, and it was just pure metal for the longest time, which it mostly still is. But then I added this wrap, so to speak. This is like the first ever wrap thing I'd ever made, and as you can tell, it's kind of unraveling in some places, which I think is just cool looking. I mean, I don't use this obviously for anything, so it's almost just decoration, but it is pretty cool. It looks old, it looks weathered. It's pretty neat. I have chopped wood with it. Would not recommend. Yeah, it's always been something that I always wanted to make. I always thought it was super cool. Probably weighs about 10 or so pounds. Pretty heavy, extremely heavy for any weapon. If it was going to be effectively used in like combat or anything, you would be looking around maybe the like 3 to 5 pound, 3 to 6.5 poundish range. So for all of y'all out there, like around 3 kilograms, you know. So you wouldn't want something nearly as heavy, but you don't want it so light that it doesn't have any force when you're throwing it around. But this is just like overboard, and you can tell. Here it is, spike and all, standing up beside me. Let me back up a little bit further. Spike, a good bit ways above my head. I'm about 6 foot, and this is, I believe, it's 6 foot, maybe 1 or 2 inches. So it's well over 2 meters, and it's just really cool. It's really heavy, but yeah, it's been something that I've had for a long time. Always wanted to make one, always wanted to have one. Now that I officially do, now it just sits there and collects dust. But I thought you guys might want to see it, considering that there's over 100 of you guys now, which I'm grateful for. I really appreciate. So I thought I'd just do something a little different, show you guys something pretty cool, see what you thought about it. Maybe I'll make another one in the future. I don't know. It was a lot of work making this one, and maybe I'll chop some wood with it one day just to show you guys. And anyway, I'm just going to take some more video of this, let you get some closer ups for it, and I'm going to shut up and let you guys just look at it. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Now enjoy.